Alright, so this is my second time trying to record a video about this subject. I'll talk about why I am posting this video at the end, so stay with me for a little bit. And I'm going to be dividing this video into two parts. Part one being talking about experiences, and part two, part one is other people's experiences, and then part two will be my experience. So that should be that. I'm also not going to be monetizing this video. I don't like the idea of making money from this video, but I will be putting a link to the GoFundMe from the daughters of the victim who tragically lost his life. If you're part of the... I'm reading this from script, by the way, so I apologize if things are a little, but basically, so if you're part of the Mario the Music Box fandom, I'm sure you know about the situation regarding CorpseSyndrome. I'm not going to get into the weeds about the situation, though. It's basically, if you want to know what happened, you can Google it, you can look it up for yourself. But ultimately, this is just a terrible situation. It's a tragedy. I genuinely still cannot believe that this was something that Corpse was responsible for. A lot of people don't know about this, but I made a video in December, but I took it down. And I explained this in a community post talking about this very thing. Basically, I was told by one of my friends that I revealed a lot of private and unconfirmed details at the time, and I just came to the conclusion that I should probably remove the video because that shouldn't be what I do. But now we have a far more comprehensive version of the story. So yeah, like I said, there should be a lot of people like talking about more confirmed stuff. You can actually find this in the RE Discord server if you are still in there. However, I also want to highlight that there are other stories out there by some other former developers of Team Ari that do exist, and there are some also that are waiting to tell their story one day. And yes, there is more, even those that you do not know about, and neither do you deserve to know about in this point in time. So for now, I'm going to briefly talk about two public stories that you should be taking notice of, and of which I will be linking in the description for you to read. One of them being Sophia Fireheart. She has recently put out a document that details her experience with Corpse, stating that Corpse isolated and lied to her, which ended up traumatizing Sophia. And hindsight is 2020, but I feel like this is something that I believe we as people, just in general, not even just people like mods of RE, not even just as developers of RE, I just anyone should have taken notice of. And then Torrent put out his statement in January talking a little bit about the situation itself and how he and the rest of Team Ari condones Corpse's actions. Oh, by the way, nobody on Team Ari, nobody involved with Team Ari thinks that what Corpse did was right. Nobody can justify this. This is something that I feel like should be fairly obvious. But he also dispels rumors about how people were saying, oh, Team Ari was knowingly hiding information from the public, which, by the way, they were definitely not hiding anything. We were definitely not hiding anything whatsoever. It's just that, again, this is kind of the mistake that I fell into before, where I posted something way too early and I revealed a lot of unconfirmed stuff at the time. So we wanted to be more careful about this matter. And then Torrent also criticized people about how some people put out very mean-spirited statements like, I hope this haunts you for the rest of your life. What the hell, by the way? That was really stupid to do. people are grieving that people have died from this, people have lost friendships from this, and that's what you're going to say? It's honestly really disappointing to see that people are like that in times like that. So, yeah, bottom line, I'm also really disappointed that people are like that. So, you can find other people talking about their feelings in some YouTube videos about this situation. Heck, I even posted a comment briefly about my own little take on the situation, and I wish the best for the rest of the team. Now, very bluntly, I'm going to say right now, for those wondering about what this means for Mario the Music Box as a game series, let me just say, people have died, so a game release being delayed or not coming out at all should literally be the least of your worries right now. You should not be focusing on that. But I know that some people here have seen me involved with Mario the Music Box as a developer who made music for the games. I made music in the music weekend that was initially going to be used for some parts of the games. But obviously, I don't believe that's going to be happening now. And I think, I don't know if people actually, well, no. People do know also that I resigned in June of 2024. I don't believe the actual reason why I resigned is very well known. I talked about it on a stream at one point or another, but let this be the definitive explanation on why I left Team Ari way earlier than every other developer of Team Ari. So, at the time, I had to bear witness to multiple arguments between CorpseSyndrome and one of her former partners. And what really set me off was the fact that this was done multiple times in public chats in the RE Discord server. If you guys know me as a person, I really, really hate seeing friends of mine get into arguments. And I've attempted to try fixing things back in the past with previous arguments that were completely unrelated to Jess, by the way, just other friends. But ultimately, it just backfired because sometimes things are just not meant to be, and I've pretty much just strayed away from trying to fix things unless it was like a really serious matter. So on June 25th, I announced that I have resigned from Team Ari, albeit on good terms with both people involved, actually. I really wished for CorpseSyndrome was for her to get better, obviously have her mental health improve, and just not have public arguments where everyone can see them. Unfortunately, and evidently, I do not believe that things had gotten better since then. And I said in my Smash Bros. Moveset proposal that I do not intend to make more content based around Mario the Music Box, nor do I wish to associate with CorpseSyndrome any longer, and I stand by that. But I will also not be removing any of my material that relates to Mario the Music Box either. Listen, some of those things that I made were very fun, especially the Chronicles of the Music Box. That is one of the most fun things that I've done. And the Music Weekend as well, those were fun to make as well. Any song that I've made for Mario the Music Box, those are staying as well. And the reason why I am not going to remove any of it is because I just simply do not believe that it is fair for anyone's enjoyment of a game or reaction just to be completely removed simply because of someone else's heinous actions. And there is this thing called separating art from the artist, and whether you do that, it is completely up to you. But personally, I am choosing to separate art from the artist in this case, and I will be keeping all of my videos up. Now, the reason why I am actually posting this video is because if you guys have seen anything related to this situation, Corpse's trial is taking place this month, May 26th. I don't remember when exactly in this month, but if you ask me personally, I believe she deserves to rot in prison with a life sentence tied to her name. I do not believe that CorpseSyndrome is a good person. And with everything I know, I can also say I don't think you would consider her a good person either. And this is, like I said, it's just with everything I know. And it's even including like private stories, which again, I am not going to say right now, because that is for them to say whenever they're ready. And also, actually, this just came to mind. Do not ask or harass anyone about this matter. I should have said this in the beginning. Wow, what a great time to actually say that. But please don't actually like ask people about this. It is seriously not professional to do that. And people are stressed about this situation, man. Okay, so I think that is all I want to say for now. If I have any further thoughts that come to mind later, it will probably be posted in a pinned comment. Until then, please behave yourselves. Keep things civil. And to CorpseSyndrome especially, fuck you. Rot in prison, like I said.